At my shop, family comes first and money comes second, depending on who you ask. But the best part, you never know what's going to come through that door. This is Pawn Stars.
So, what do you have for us today?
I have a liver for sale.
Oh yeah? Where'd you get that?
Please.
Hi.
How's it going?
Alright, hoping you can make it better.
Alright, we can see what we can do. What have you got there?
I have a liver for sale.
Wow, how'd you come across that?
Work.
What do you do for a living?
Please.
I'm glad you came by. I'm in the market for a liver. My buddy is having an issue with his carbamoyl phosphate synthetase 1 enzyme, and he needs a healthy transplant. Basically, this enzyme first introduces ammonia into the urea cycle after it's been activated by N-acetylglutamate. This means it is useful to drastically reduce the concentration of ammonia within the body to prevent hyperammonemia. It does this in a three-step reaction to form carbamoyl phosphate, a high-energy molecule that is necessary as a precursor for citrulline production. Citrulline is used in further steps of the urea cycle. This is one of the most interesting things to come into my shop in a while. I've never seen a liver this fresh, and if it's functional, I must have it.
Hi, Billy Mays here from Biomechanical Regulations Inc., your metabolic diet specialist. Powered by the air that you breathe, the water that we drink, and the food that we eat. Mother Nature approved and safe for your body. Having troubles arranging your diet around your metabolic deficiency? Tired of cutting onions up for those vegan or vegetarian diets? Get those V's out of here. The only tears you'll be crying are tears of joy. We'll even provide you with the proper amino acid supplements and drugs needed to regulate your metabolic deficiency. For simply calling us today. So call now. Call now!
Earlier today, a guy brought in a liver. It's one of the most freshest and most interesting organs I've ever seen in my shop. However, I gotta know if it's functional, so I brought in my buddy Paul. He's an expert in organ donations.
So, what do we have here?
Well, we have this.
Whoa, now that's interesting. Now, when you acquired this, did it come with any sort of medical documents outlining the history of the liver?
Please.
I'll take that as a no. So that means I'll probably have to take the liver with me to do a little bit of a biopsy and some tests on the metabolic disturbances.
Okay.
So I got the lab results back, and the liver biopsy shows that there is a rather large decrease in the activity of the CPS1 enzyme of the liver. Upon genetic analysis, I've determined that it was caused by a point mutation on the chromosome number 2, in which causes a missense mutation, ultimately resulting in the blockage of the molecular tunnel in which connects the two active sites of the enzyme.
Alright, so we know it's not a fully functional liver, but it's still pretty cool. I'd like to have it around the shop. What are you looking to get out of it?
Would you do a trade value? How about that over there? Maybe throw in some tarps?
Gonna cut some trees, or?
Please.
Well, I'll just do the chainsaw.
Yeah, it's a deal.
So, are you happy with what you got?
I'm glad I brought in the liver. Now, if you excuse me, I have work to do.
Hi there, Marty here. My friends from AA call me Mark. After years of binge drinking and hangovers, I've recently been in the market for a new liver. So I went down to my local pawn shop and was able to find one. I was able to trade in my beer funnel for the new liver. For celebration, we had a big old barbecue in the backyard, filled with all kinds of meats: steaks, hamburgers, hot dogs, bacon, you name it, we had it. But afterwards, I didn't feel quite right. I had to go lay down after feeling nauseous, dizzy, and a bit confused of what was going on. So when I woke up, I was surrounded by doctors. They informed me that I had been in a hyperammonemic coma, and that I was being treated with hemodialysis, sodium benzoate, and L-citrulline to reduce the levels of ammonia in my body. Apparently there was an issue with the CPS1 liver enzyme from the beginning of the urea cycle. The large functional domain was still intact but was blocked by a mutation. So, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, but this so-called enzyme can't use bicarbonated ammonia to make carbamyl phosphate, which means I just have a buildup of ammonia and low citrulline in the body. So the doctors have informed me now that I have to follow a low-protein diet, which means I've really had to cut back on the amount of bacon that I used to eat, which really doesn't make me much of a man anymore. So now I'm in line to wait for a new liver, which would hopefully fix this metabolic disease.
To form carbamyl phosphate.
How's that?
No. Keep coming.
The gene, yeah.
Alright, just restart it. Delete that one. Cut!